Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo back with Sports Cards Daily. Today is August 17th, and on this day in 1984, Pete Rose returned to the Reds as a player manager. He also got 2 hits that day. My question for you, and I don't really have the answer to this, is when was the last player manager in Major League Baseball? I can't seem to recall who that was. And isn't that kind of an interesting thing to be a player and a manager? You just don't see that anymore, right? I mean, am I missing something? Anyway, what'd you miss yesterday? Well, Sunday, great weekend. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Sunday morning trivia, I'll touch it base on that. Slab Stock Sunday update, a lot of weekly updates. Weekly release update on products coming out. Loyola did a comparison of card ladder market movers, which I'll go over. Week in sports cards update. Flipping football update from Fantasy Football Card Collector. Acting on a Tatis Junior Tip with Star Stock. I posted that video last night if you haven't seen it, but you might enjoy it. And then I had the pleasure of joining Bobbles and Ball Card last night on a live conversation on his channel, which I really enjoyed. Today, Monday, Hobby Hotline is on live at 8. There's a lot of other good content. I can't think of anything that's scheduled, so I'll let you know as I see it play out today. In hobby news, it's March Madness in August. Well, in the way that it's basketball, and it's basketball starting at 1:30 today, and it will be going all week long, 1:30 to like 11 o'clock at night. Playoffs. So super excited and really excited to see how that impacts player cards. I know people are watching dips on Zion and Ja. They're out of the playoffs. What's that mean? Are we going to get a small off season here for these cards? Will they go down in value? We'll see. Another quick thing, UPS or United States Postal Services and the hobby. UPS, I think you guys might not know this already, but they don't let you, or they don't insure collectibles or cards if you ship them, which is why I don't use UPS. I've also heard the same thing about FedEx recently as I'm doing some research in insurance. So it kind of means the hobby is very much dependent on the Postal Service to move our cards back and forth. And I'm wondering what your thoughts on this. I know I've received lots of delays on packages recently. I know everybody's having issues with this. It's turned into a political issue, and I don't want to make this a political conversation, but I will say, for the hobby, I'm just wondering, are there alternatives out there? I mean, what happens if something happens to the Postal Service? How do we get our cards? Because you can't insure on the other guy, so I'm just a little concerned there. Also, today is the Bowman Soccer release day. So again, this is not a one-day release or, it's going to sell out. You got plenty of time, 30 days to buy, but check it out. It is Major League Soccer, which is U.S. soccer. It is prospecting, so I'll be interested to see how this does. I'm sure I'll get some cards with the boys, and we'll take it from there. Let me go ahead and look at what's going on in the hobby. So again, every other Sunday, Jeff Airtime does his Sunday morning trivia, and I'm a big fan of this. I listened in a little bit this morning. I had a lot of things going on, but I had this playing in the background. I'm always learning something, and I just like the fact he gives away so many cool cards. It's a really cool thing. So if you haven't already, I recommend checking out Jeff Airtime. Subscribe and join him in 2 weeks on Sunday morning trivia. Every Sunday, Slab Stock guys drop their kind of weekly update, best performing cards. They're now getting into the soccer world. They launched the soccer Instagram channel. I'm hearing, I will say, I put some soccer stuff out. I'm hearing a lot of mixed reactions on it. And let me just say this: I am not telling people to go do soccer. I just want to bring your attention. There's a lot of interesting soccer content out there. I did make some soccer purchases recently. I'm not sure, honestly, if I'll open it. I might just hold the sealed stuff and resell it. Part of my challenge is that I just don't know the product enough. I don't know the players. I don't know if they're short prints. I don't know enough to really get into soccer. So I am a fan of it, and I just want to kind of bring up, like I said, I like what Slab Stocks is at least trying to do. Cardboard Carolina. I've been following this guy for several months now, and big fan of his weekly releases because he goes over what the products are that are coming out that week. Here he's showing you Archives Baseball, Certified Football, and Ultimate Collection Hockey. This is great for me because, it just kind of reminds you of products I want to kind of do a deep dive in. And I go to Cardboard Connection. I'll look and see the checklists are out or when they're coming out. I'll go look at sales and what the pre-sales are, and, what past year sales are. I'll look at comps with that on products. To be honest, I'm not really interested in any of the releases coming out this week. Doesn't really float my boat, but I did want to bring your attention to the channel, and I do appreciate what they're doing over there at Cardboard Carolina. Next is Card Ladder versus Market Movers, which is worth getting. So I will say I watched this by Leola. I like Leola's channel. First of all, I applaud her brutal honesty. She tells you in the beginning that she went out and used a coupon and bought Market Movers for $39. And she also says that Christina from Card Ladder reached out to her and gave her a free license for Card Ladder. I love her saying that because I've said that, I've suspected that Card Ladder's been doing that because you'll see Card Ladder everywhere. I also know that Market Movers does not do that. They do not give out licenses. And I know there's a lot of people who have asked for free trials and stuff like that. So I applaud her honesty on that. Watching the video, it should be no secret. I'm a big fan of Market Movers. I'm also, I consider myself a more experienced collector in this business. I thought she did a very good job, though, of at least reviewing Card Ladder and showing it. There's a lot of stuff she left out, but it's good to see some of the things with Card Ladder has changed. I think the big takeaway is that, she's new to the hobby, and she shows this is a very easy product to use, right? It gives her news and gives her information. My concern with Card Ladder has been the way they kind of hype scores, right? They hype the ladder. I am proud to see they're making some changes there. I can't access Card Ladder anymore. But I'm glad to see they're making some very much needed changes. I still think this tool is like Flint is to a lighter in the sense that it doesn't let me do the stuff I want to do with data, and I'm going to leave it at that. But I applaud Lyola for at least going through the review. She does later on kind of go over Market Movers. One thing that's kind of glaring here is that she shows Card Ladder and she shows all things she likes about Card Ladder. When she gets to the Market Movers part, I'm trying to find you some screenshots for it. You can see she never really used Market Movers. She never populated the collection. She didn't really use the tool at all, which again, that's fair. I mean, at least she paid for it for a month and looked at it, but she did not use the tool like she used Card Ladder. Again, Card Ladder was free. Next one up is Northeast Ohio Sports Cards, a guy that uses Market Movers. And again, I will say this, I like the fact he's not pushing Market Movers down you or telling you to buy the tool. He's just showing you the data and why he does his research and how he uses it. So again, I'm a fan of seeing people use tools and can explain how they use the tools, right? Regardless of what the tool is, whether it's a free tool or a pay tool, I like to see how people are using stuff and how they're doing stuff in the hobby. I think that's better than people just kind of hype stuff and don't have the support behind them. Flipping football cards, fantasy football card quest. This guy again, brand new to the sports card world, or this year, big fantasy football guy. So I'm really excited to see how he's going to blend the two this year. His research that he does, and look at his whiteboard there. This guy does some serious research. He's looking at football. He's into sports cards. He's doing CMOC. And again, what I like about him, like I like Flipping Steve, like I like Lyola, is that they're showing you what they're doing. They're real people doing real stuff and just sharing their real opinions without bias, in my opinion. Acting on a Tatis Tip. This is my video I dropped last night. Check it out. Again, you see a guy using Market Movers. One of the things I like about Market Movers is I can see all the variations of a card if I were to buy it and grade it, right? PSA 10, PSA 9, BGS 9.5. So I can decide, which grader I want to use and so forth. So that to me is very useful. And then lastly, I'll just mention again, I had the pleasure of being a guest on Bobbles and Ball Cards. Big fan of this channel as well. Been following this guy most of the year. I guess he started back in December. I started following him back in March. A great group of guys and girls and ladies, I guess. Where he talks about the hobby, he gives you practical advice. He's got lots of knowledge. He's always open to answering questions, and isn't trying to push anything down on you. So a big fan of what Brandon's doing over at Bobbles and Ball Cards, and I really enjoyed the opportunity to be on his show last night. So that is Sports Card Daily today. I need to go back to my content provider of the day. I also need to update a few other things. Just had a very, very busy weekend. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to keep these short, concise, and give you a guidance on where to check out some good information. Look for more content coming out this week. Looking for next weekend to start the series on how to invest in sports cards, getting some great insight on that. Doing some research on insurance, which came up on Hobby Hotline. Just a lot of great stuff. Grading. I might put out some videos on this as well. So anyway, I'm babbling. Have a great day. Subscribe, please. Like, comment. Stay healthy.